Good evening, folks. Welcome back to another edition of the Jake Break, episode 51. Trent and I back for another round, another at it. How are we doing this evening, Trent?
Oh, we're doing good, man. It's been one of those. Well, I think I'm just exhausted from being in the heat all week. It's here in Pennsylvania. It's been like 90 plus the last 3 days. So it feels good to be inside, but I'm drained. I don't know, the heat just takes it out of you. At least for me. So it's like after I'm out in the heat all day and I come in, busy evenings and then eat, sit down, get a shower, I'm just ready to pass out. So here we are.
Hey, I feel that. I have not been in the heat that much, but the little bit I have, it is not an enjoyable time. I guess we got to buckle up for summer. But talking about the weather, dude, it just don't make any sense. This Saturday for Memorial Day weekend, I mean, it's supposed to be like 40s, 50s, raining every single day. Just don't make any sense.
Yeah, it's absolutely absurd. We're in the middle of May and we're having 96 degree days. And then the weekend, when people have plans, it's going to be 50 and raining. It just sucks.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth, one. Yeah, no doubt about it. So we'll just jump right into the show. Thank you all for joining in tonight. We appreciate you tuning in week in, week out. If this is your first week, welcome to the Jake Break. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. Be sure to check us out there. Like we start every show here, Trent, we've got quite the breaking question for this episode 51, from another loyal fan of the show. The breaking question for tonight, Trent, is how many clones of yourself would you need to take out a silverback gorilla?
Of myself.
Of yourself.
So I can't have, clones of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah. So it's like, how many Trents would it take to take down a silverback gorilla?
175.
175, okay.
For those of you who don't know, I'm not, short, but I'm not tall. But I'm thin, right? A silverback could, pick me up with, 2 fingers and throw me. So, I think I just need 175 of me just on top of it to try to, suffocate it.
Okay. I like that strategy.
Yeah, because other than that, I got no chance.
Good deal. This question kind of took me off guard a little bit. Not sure what number I would throw out there. I'm not a super strong guy, but I'm a tall guy. Not that gives me any advantage whatsoever when we're talking silverback gorillas. I'm going to go with a smooth 67. 67. I think we get surrounded a couple times, wear them down. With that many, it might be a little much, but I think it's in the ballpark. So, great question to the fan that sent that in. That's a random one. It's kind of material we're looking for week in and week out. So, if you have a great question for the Breaking Question segment, be sure to send us a DM, email us at thejakebreakpodcast@gmail.com. We got a couple more in the tank that we're going to unleash here in the next couple of weeks, but always looking for more. So, keeping this train rolling here tonight. If you listen to episode 50, exciting episode, big celebration, celebrating the big 5-0 for the show here tonight with Trent and I. But this week, we're going to talk or give a little bit of a recap on kind of the trip we went on. Like we said, last week we recorded a little bit earlier, changed plans a little bit just because we were making some travel plans and heading out for the week. But what a week. I mean, truly an awesome weekend. Heading down south, played a little golf for 4 days, spent some time with friends and family. Just an incredible time and good time on the golf course. But yeah, didn't get a ton of content just because we were kind of down there enjoying ourselves, taking it in and playing in the moment. But, precursor to what's to come for the golf game, I think, this summer.
Were you happy with how you played down there, Jake?
Yeah, honestly, great question. So my scores for the day, or the weekend, were, let me pull them up here. Not amazing, but they weren't bad for the first 4 rounds. So this weekend, 4 straight days of golf was actually the only days I played my own ball other than 9 holes at the local course here recently. But I'll take it. First day, shooting 85 at a course, probably should have been a lower score, but I wasn't hitting the ball well, was not putting well at all. And then, to go on to shoot 80, 84, and 81, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm pleased with it the first 4 rounds of the year. I'm very happy. We'll say I was, we didn't have any wagers on it or bets on it because the handicap did not support the scores. But I'm pleased with the first couple rounds.
Yeah, Jake, this was the first time I golfed since our Virginia trip last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I shot 82, 90, 82, 86. So, not shabby.
Not shabby for not touching a club for literally a year.
But the 90 was the course that the greens were pretty bumpy from being aerated.
Yeah.
So I'd like to blame a little bit of that on the greens because there were times where your ball would be going center cup and then it would decide to bump and go way left or way right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you one bit there. How in the world I shot an 80 there, I have no clue. I definitely got some lucky bounces, no doubt about it. Like some putts that were way offline and hit a magic hole and bumped them in. But then that luck pretty much ran out on the back nine. But I agree, dude. Like, that's the tough part about this time of year. And for those of you who golf, you realize this too. Like, playing on aerated greens that aren't well done is tough. Right? The course we played on was a nice course. But they were 3 weeks removed, and they still were extremely bumpy. Like, they did the big cores. It wasn't level with the green at all. The holes were still there. I mean, I just don't understand it.
And, like, they were filled with sand, but not near enough sand. So, typically, when they top dress the greens when they're filling the aeration holes, the sand is level with the grass. So, when that grass grows, it kind of grows sideways, the green grass, and then it covers. But, the sand was at least a quarter-inch below the putting surface.
Oh, easily.
So, it was just, I don't know if there has been a lack of water or what it was, but they have a long way to go.
Yeah.
But other than that, I like the course. The course, I like the layout of it. Yeah. It's one of those courses that you don't just step up and hit driver every hole because you can get into a lot of trouble if you do that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shots where you're hitting, there's some holes, I think I hit like a 7-iron off the tee. So, it was a cool layout. I liked it. But the greens were just, and it was weird, but like you said, there was downhill putts or downhill chips that if you would hit one of those holes, you would get a crazy amount of speed.
Yeah.
And same thing, if you're putting or chipping uphill, if you would hit one of those bumps perfectly on, it would stop your ball in its tracks. So it was just kind of frustrating when you think you hit a really good shot and then it ends up really bad.
Yeah, and that was the weird part of it. 3 weeks removed, the greens were extremely firm.
Yeah.
But, like you said, you just couldn't predict or judge them. Like, sometimes on aerated greens, you can hit shots and hey, they're not going to roll out. Throw it closer to the pin and you'll be safe, whatever. But you just didn't get that at this place. Like you mentioned, Trent, some downhill chips went forever past the hole, but then there's some that just stopped on a dime. It's just like, well, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, how is this not rolling out more? So
the greens,
it's tough.
The greens were so hard that I didn't fix a divot all day.
No,
And for those of you who don't know, I hit the ball really high. So on pretty much all iron shots and all wedge shots, my ball's ripping backwards. I didn't fix a divot all day. Not even just a little pitch mark.
Yeah.
That's how hard those greens were.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, great layout. I like the course, but that kind of puts a damper on the mood. But otherwise, the other 3 courses, beautiful shape. I think we can reveal, especially the one that we played on Sunday. I love that place, and every time I've gone, it's rained or been bad conditions, with raining during the round or something. I love it. I mean, for those of you, if you're in West Virginia and you go past Capon State Park, they have a golf course there that is just phenomenal. I mean, it was great shape. I loved it. Great layout, tucked back kind of in the mountains or in the woods. 10 out of 10 recommend it. Great people there and just awesome layout. Great facility too. Good course to round out the trip, I'd say.
Yeah, I like it because there's a lot of elevation change on that course. You're up in the mountains. You get to see a little bit of everything. You start the course out for several holes wide open, and before you know it, you're in the woods.
Yeah.
That's a cool layout. Don't be in the bunkers.
Yeah, that was so weird. Weird.
It's like they got a bad batch of sand. So what we're referring to is there was a lot of... Some bunkers weren't too bad where there was like smaller rocks, but there was other bunkers where there were some bigger rocks. Right. So I think that they might have got a bad batch of sand in, and they might be... Because that course was in too good of shape for them to just overlook that. Mm-hmm. I think they're definitely in the process of rectifying whatever went wrong there.
Yeah, that was just wild. I mean, that was crazy. And I found a lot of bunkers that day. As you know, Trent, because we played together that day, I found a ton of them bunkers.
I didn't find a single one that day.
Oh, and that was crazy. I mean, you striped the ball, but that's a weird course, too. Like, you can't really bomb and gouge it where you just smoke driver and just, throw it at the pin. But there was a lot of really gettable holes, in my opinion, that if you just were a little bit off the fairway, like some of the par fives were relatively short. I mean, I'm not a long hitter, but I probably even could have gotten close to getting 1 and 2 on one or two of them. But I was just off the fairway or just in the trees, and you got severely punished then on a few of those holes.
And there was a lot of holes that had slight dog legs. Say it was a dog leg left. Say you did not hit a drive at least 250, 260 on the right side of the fairway, you didn't have a shot to the green unless you were going to play like a high slinging, cut around the trees. So it was a course that, I mean, you also had to think about your shots and not just, same thing where there's a lot of courses we've all played them where it's driver, wedge, putt, driver, wedge, putt. I mean, some of the tees we were playing, it was driver 7-iron to a par 4, driver 6-iron. So there were some longer holes and some holes that made you think.
Yeah. Overall, though, a great trip. I think good food too. Like you found a great find there with the taco truck. I thought that was phenomenal. Some of the best food maybe all weekend. Trent was just Googling, found this random taco truck and like 2 lots over from the motel we were staying at. Authentic as it could get and super good. Great spice, great flavor, but it was so filling, dude. Like I got these shrimp enchiladas, which some people might be like, well, Jake, that was a risky move getting out of the food truck. I don't care. They were phenomenal. Shrimp were like marinated in this sauce. Enchiladas with rice, all the fixings. It was so good. Great find. And definitely something to keep in the memory bank.
Yeah, it was, found it earlier in the week and it never really worked out, but then we made sure to hit it before we left. But I think if we go back, or we'll be definitely going back to that place if it's there next year.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know we've talked about this before on the show, but like the diner we go to every morning is just phenomenal, dude. Like just that old school kind of homey small town diner vibe. I just love it. The food was reasonably priced. The food was really good, first of all. But I mean, they look forward to us every year coming down and seeing us. They were worried we weren't even coming this year because we were a week later than usual, but we made it.
Yeah, and reasonably priced is for sure. Every single morning, I eat the same thing all week because it was so good. But I eat for less than $5, which is unheard of in this day and age. Yeah, no, that place is fantastic.
If I lived in that area, I legit would eat there 3 to 5 days a week, and I'm not even exaggerating.
Yeah, everyone's just so nice and friendly, and they see us, 3 days, once a year, and they just recognize us year after year.
And I could be wrong here on this, but I think the one lady that is waitress there has been doing it for over 30 years.
I think so.
And just remembers everybody.
The lady we had the first morning, I think.
Yes, that's her. Yep. I'll have to figure out how long, but somebody asked her that question. I think it's been over 30, 35 years.
That's insane.
She just loves it. And she's real good at it, too, so I can't blame her. But overall, great trip. You know, it was tough to capture stuff like that, and honestly, it might be people might be like, well, Jake and Trent should have gotten some more video. Like at the same time, we were just enjoying ourselves, having a good time, getting a break from the world, and just enjoying some time with friends and family. But we will be bringing content, golf related, here this summer and this year. No
But
doubt.
yeah, it was a golf trip. It wasn't just Jake and I. So it was a group of 12 of us. And Jake, you and I only played together. We played twice.
Yeah, you're right.
Thursday or Saturday and Sunday we did.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just kind of like it was more of a vacation. Just kind of resetting and everyone that goes on the trip is just a bunch of fun, and there's just a lot of laughter, and golf comes secondary, pretty much. We'll put it that way.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
You're trying to hold in laughter while you're trying to hit a golf shot because you're just having a good time.
And I only got backed off one time. There was one time there was a comment, we won't bring it up on the show, but there was one comment that, oh my gosh, I could just feel my face getting red, and it wasn't because of the sunburn. I can assure you that.
Was that what I think I said?
That was the last day.
Yeah, with what I said.
Yep. So we'll leave it at that. I usually don't get rattled in the tee. I mean, Trent and I have both played competitive sports for a while now, and you get used to that. But that one got me good, so we'll leave it at that. Great trip overall. Had a great time. It was just awesome. So thankful we could do that, and we'll keep it going. But before we get too far into the show here, do got to recognize. This episode is going to be dropping on Memorial Day. First of all, got to say thank you for those of you that have served, are serving, or plan to serve our country. Thank you for your service. We want to take this moment to recognize the folks that paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. We thank you for that. Thank your families for that. Just a special weekend beyond getting together with family and having a good time and having an extra day off. The big message from this weekend is just a simple thank you and taking some time to remember those folks. So, yeah, at the Jake Break, we appreciate you, we recognize you, and we thank you. But Trent, beyond that, for Memorial Day, any big plans for the weekend? I know since it's supposed to be a complete washout, I was supposed to play in a golf tournament. That ain't happening now because the forecast. But any big plans or special events going on this weekend for you guys?
Did they cancel your tournament?
They did. It's getting pushed back till July sometime, I think, or something.
July?
I think. I'll double check and confirm, but I think it's being pushed back a good bit.
But sorry, my mic was muted when you were saying about Memorial Day. I think it's just a good reminder because with how crazy life gets and busy life gets, a lot of times, any of these holidays, I'm guilty of it, that we think, oh, it's just another day off, like it's an extra day off, right? Mm-hmm. But to think about why we have the day off is pretty important. But besides that, this is coming out on Memorial Day, so I'll be coming home from a trip. Me, my wife, my son, my parents, my brothers, my sister-in-law, my soon sister-in-law to be, and my niece, we are all going to Deep Creek Lake in Maryland.
Ooh.
It's supposed to be like a fun, camping weekend, relaxation time, but it's going to be rainy and cold. And I volunteered to take the Blackstone, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm taking the Blackstone, and I didn't look. There's no covered place to cook. So I'm going to take like an easy up.
Okay.
And I'm like chefing up most of the meals.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be a wet, dreary weekend, a long weekend.
I got to ask, are you guys like hardcore camping? Are you in like a camper?
No,
are you in a cabin? What's going on?
We are in call it a cabin. We are in a house, Jake.
Okay.
Yeah. No. With two kiddos under the age of 10 months.
Yeah.
No. Nope. Well, I guess he'll be 10 months on Friday.
That's right.
Well, the 22nd. So the Friday before you're listening to this. Sorry, we're all kind of screwed up because we're recording this on what?
I don't even know what day of the week it is. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, man. But, yeah, so that's my plans for Memorial Day weekend. It's going to be, I don't know if I want to say relaxing weekend. It'll be a good weekend to be with family. I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, my son's at the age now where he just has to be moving nonstop, 24/7, eating things he shouldn't be eating. Like, tonight he tried eating a leaf. And there's stairs at this place, so we're just gonna have to be like hawks. And for those of you who know, when you're in charge of like a 10-month-old child that's nonstop, just watching them is exhausting. So, and like just being in a new place and the routine's gonna be off.
Mm-hmm.
New place, sleeping. Like, I'm not sure how it's gonna go. I think he's gonna do fine, but it's just you throw a lot of different variables in at one time. We'll see how that kind of goes, but
dang. Well, good luck to you. I'm sure it'll be a great time, and I'm anxious to see the chefing up action. So you'll have to keep me posted while you're making. Like, what's on the menu for this weekend?
Oh, I should know this, Jake. I know we're doing like eggs, pancakes, bacon, sausage, cream chip beef, and sausage for breakfasts over the first few days. Hash browns. Mm-hmm. Lunches, hamburger, hot dogs, cheesesteaks. Dinners, I know I'm doing fajitas one night.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And I'm not really sure what else, but I just know that I'm in charge of cooking.
Dang. Okay. I love it.
So, and we're taking the dog.
Oh, the dog's going too?
The dog's going.
Oh, okay. This is a new revelation I did not know about.
And my brother's lab is also going.
Oh, man.
So, we're gonna have babies, we're gonna have dogs. It's gonna be chaos. But I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good time.
Absolutely. Well, that's good. I don't know. My exciting plans for the weekend now, since I'm not going to be golfing, obviously, with all the rain, unless I have a snorkel suit, is I might go to the movies, Trent. You know, I think I've talked on the show previously about being an independent moviegoer.
Yeah.
I might be doing that again. I'll keep you tuned, keep you posted here, but I think that might be the game plan.
If there are any single ladies listening to this and like going to the movies, send us a DM. Jake needs a date, so he's not going to the movies alone.
Here we go. You know, Valentine's Day this year, Trent, I actually went to the movie theaters alone. Great time.
That's bonkers.
It was phenomenal, dude. I think I might have watched the new Superman movie that night. Had a great time. Yeah, the theater was not super full, so I just hung out, had a couple people in the theater with me, and yeah, just did my thing. I think I went and got Chipotle before the movie, went to the movie, and yeah, had a great time. It was great self-care day, we'll call it.
Yeah, all the single ladies out there, hit me up. If you have any, or if you're not single and you have any friends that are single, send us a DM.
Oh, man.
I'm going to create like a Google form, Jake. Like a dating Google form. And they're gonna put in submissions.
You know, maybe I need to do that too, because now apparently I'm a TikTok star.
You are, yeah. You gotta talk about that.
I think that needs to be addressed. I don't know. For those of you that post on that app, you realize it seems like the ones that you plan, take dedicated time and effort to do, never work. Like, you're lucky if you get 1,000 views. I posted a random 7-second clip of a mower, and it just has gone berserk. Over 300,000 views. I don't know how many comments anymore. Like, it just went nuts over the trip. I said to Trent, I don't know if we could ever become famous, because if we do, I don't know how in the world anybody keeps track of this stuff. It was just nuts. Like, every time I opened the app up, 99 plus notifications. I was like, what is going on? Yeah. People were fired up about their mowers, Trent.
And it's literally just a 7-second clip of a lawnmower running and rattling. Nothing else. It's just a video of a lawnmower.
I don't even remember what the caption was. It said something about, like, old mowers. I don't even remember, but it was something along the lines of, like, with old mowers, does anybody just like not put oil in it, or I forget what, because I feel like they just run for forever. But it was nuts, absolutely nuts. So maybe you need to tag me in this video you're going to make, and that'll get the cloud it needs apparently. So
well, that's what all these single ladies need to submit their submissions before you blow up and become TikTok famous.
Oh man, well I don't know, we'll see. So exciting weekend ahead, obviously with Memorial Day weekend since we're filming this on Wednesday, but next weekend another exciting weekend planned, Trent. I'm fired up for it. My eye is twitching like crazy now that I'm back to the normal routine, but I'm excited, dude. I don't know. I know we've talked about it a little bit, but do you want to share a little bit about what's going to be happening, what's going on?
Yeah, so this is coming out on Memorial Day. So on Wednesday, we are leaving for Seven Springs Ski Resort out near Pittsburgh for the Total Archery Challenge. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday event, but we are only doing Thursday. So we're going to be shooting. We scheduled one of the courses at 10 a.m., but we plan to shoot another course or so afterwards. But it's going to be a blast. There's going to be thousands and thousands of people there. You ride the ski lifts to the top of the mountain to get to the course you're going to.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, dude.
Dang, okay.
So these courses go all up and down the mountain, the mountain.
Okay.
So it's not like you're just walking flat ground through the woods.
Yeah.
You're going up, down, sideways, left, right. Like, you have one shot that'll be... Well, the course we're doing, Jake, the minimum shot's 40 yards.
Oh, I can do that. Yeah.
The maximum shot's 80 yards.
Oh, so it was good training that we were doing.
Exactly. But, so you can also, like, I looked at their FAQs, their frequently asked questions on their website, and it was like, I shoot long range. My buddy doesn't shoot long range. Can he join me on the course that I want to shoot? And they're like, of course, you can walk up however close you want to the target. So, like, say we get to a target that's 70 yards, and you're like, I don't want to slow our group down. I want to walk up to 35 yards. You're more than willing to, you're able to do that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's gonna be a good trip.
I'm fired up for it.
I've been wanting to do one of these events for like 5 or 6 years, and this is the first I've signed up for it. And it just kind of stinks because, like, it doesn't stink, but so this was the first trip planned, because even back when we scheduled this trip, we didn't know when the golf trip was for sure yet.
Right.
It was still kind of up in the air. And then after this trip was scheduled, golf trip was scheduled, then the Memorial Day trip was scheduled. So I was away from my wife and my son for the golf trip. I'll be with them for Memorial Day, and then we're leaving again. So, like, it's just, like, 3 weekends in a row of just traveling. That's tough. And, like, the dad guilt sets in, man. I think you and I had a deep conversation about this on the way home from Virginia. But it's just, like, even though my wife is the most supportive human being on this planet, I feel so much guilt when I leave.
Yeah.
She's like, I want you to leave. It's going to be so much fun. Like, I got it. Go for it. But, dude, as soon as I leave, I'm like, I feel like the worst father and husband in the entire world.
Yeah.
It sucks so much. And, we were actually talking just two nights ago. We were talking about canceling the tax trip just because I've been away and I don't want to be away. But she talked me into going last night. She was like, no. She's like, I'm honestly so excited to hear about it. Like, you're going. I'm like, okay. So that's on the horizon for, the weekend after this episode comes out. So it should be a blast.
Yeah, and quick question for me, just because I've never been to one, and you've done a little bit of research on this. Do they sell arrows at that event? Like, if I have a decent amount of arrows, but if I lose all of them, like after the first one, are they gonna have some extra I can buy?
Yes, but they're probably gonna be like high end. So what this is gonna be like? This is gonna be like the state fair for archery, Jake. All of the biggest retailers in the archery industry will be at this event.
Okay.
Like, they're gonna have tents. It's gonna be an absolute banger.
I'm fired
Like
up,
a
dude.
festival. So like if you think maybe run to Walmart, grab some extras.
Okay.
You know, I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that I don't lose one arrow.
And dude, I have 100% confidence that you could do that because you are just dialed. I think I can get there too, but we'll see. We'll see. It'll be a good time regardless. But that might be a good idea. I might make a quick Walmart trip, see if they got some Carbon Express, my favorite,
Yep.
and just to have them on standby if needed. So.
Yep.
Very good. Well, good deal. We're fired up for it. We probably, like the previous couple of YouTube videos you've seen with our archery shoots and stuff,
Yeah.
probably will not go into that much depth with it, just because there's going to be other people in the course. You know, we want to keep pace play up and all that good stuff. Not saying we won't capture some stuff, but no shot we're going to be able to do what we've been doing with some of those videos, just with kind of what Trent's describing.
Yeah, kind of my thought for it. I don't know if we'll do any long form content like a YouTube video. It might just be like TikTok clips that
Yeah.
we might just film a bunch of short clips and then break them up, post them. But because like the way I understand it is it's called a knock time, so it's kind of like a tea time, but it's a knock time. I think there's going to be more than just us two, so
Ooh,
we
makes
could
sense.
be put with like 4 other guys, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's like we don't want to film and slow
Yeah.
other guys up, like because we want to mesh well with the other guys and talk to them and have fun and not just feel like we're talking to a camera and each other the whole time.
Yeah, true.
But we're going to make sure to get some good clips because there's going to be some crazy shots. There will be arrows flying over 100 yards. There may be some shots at a 115-yard target away that you could win a truck if you hit it in the center circle. We'll see.
I might just have to try that, just wing one at it just for the heck of it to say I did it. Never tried one that far, but I'm willing to try anything, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast, man.
Yeah. We're fired up for it, so stay tuned for that. Keeping this train rolling here, though, real quick sports segment for this week here, Trent. I feel like, one, we have to talk about it since it's still kind of fresh in our minds here off this past weekend, was the PGA Championship. Aaron Rai winning, hats off to him. A little bit of a unique golfer, right? Seems like a heck of a nice guy. I remember watching some of his stuff, like whenever I first started getting into golf, I watched a lot of Me and My Golf, like those two guys that teach over in England or Scotland or wherever they're from. And I remember him being involved in that program, and it was always nice then. But dude, it's just so unique or different to see somebody playing with 2 gloves, for first of all, and then have the iron covers on top of his irons too, right? You just don't see that. But a unique story of why it got to there, or why he does that, is pretty cool. But, all in all, great tournament. I don't know, what was kind of your thoughts or takeaways from the weekend? And
I mean, I knew we talked about it. I think Thursday. I was like, whoever can putt consistently and put themselves with their approach shots in scoreable positions on these greens is going to do very well. And like Rory McIlroy's comment there Friday, I think, or Saturday, he said about how the course you can pretty much just hit driver and then figure it out from there. And he's like, the course doesn't really, he said basically the leaderboard was so clumped.
yeah,
He's like, the course doesn't allow a golfer to pull away to, excel in one small part of the game. He basically was like crapping on the course and the layout.
yeah,
And I'm kind of reverse on that because I love seeing come down to Saturday, Sunday when there are literally 8 to 10 golfers within a stroke of each other.
right.
You can't ask for anything more. It's boring when you see a guy at 23 under, then the next guy's at 12 under.
Yeah,
That's no
100%.
fun to watch
No.
because, you rarely see, 2, 3, 4, stroke swings on a hole, but it can happen. And even a 1-stroke swing, when you have 8 guys that are stroke apart, insane. But especially when Rye sunk that 70-footer for birdie. Dude.
That was nuts.
Insane. But yeah, and like Scotty didn't play too well. Kind of surprised me. But I don't know, this year for him has just been a little different.
Yeah.
Put it that way. But JT almost...
Our guy, Justin Thomas, almost got it done.
He almost did, Jake. He played well. He had a few hiccups, but couldn't get it done.
Yeah. No, it was fun. I mean, I thought it was neat, and some of my friends were volunteering on the grounds crew there, so I was seeing some videos, pictures, the whole 9 yards, making me super jealous. But it was pretty cool. Yeah, and strong fan of the show here, Trent, also was in attendance on the weekend there and sent me some videos. They were there Saturday, sent me some videos, some clips, the whole 9 yards, said it was just magical, absolutely wild event. So very exciting there. The other thing I feel like we got to talk about here tonight is the wild news in UFC. Any UFC fan is either hyped up, excited for this, or just recognizes this could potentially be huge for the sport. The fact that on the slate for July, Conor McGregor and Max Holloway are a rematch at 170 is just nuts, in my opinion. I will believe it once we get there, but regardless, huge news for the UFC. I mean, the guy is an icon to the sport, arguably got it to where it's at today as far as hype and level of attention. But, I mean, I don't know. I've been seeing and reading a whole bunch of different stuff. I know he's a huge underdog because he hasn't fought in like 5 years. But there's a bunch of stuff out there that is kind of making me lean towards he might be the guy to win. I don't know. What's kind of your thoughts on this? Like, what are you feeling? What are you thinking or seeing on this rematch here?
Yeah, I think it's key what you said is you'll believe it when you see it. Because I was going to say, if you're a real UFC fan, you're not too excited yet.
Right.
It does light a fire inside of me because, like, I wish I was more into the UFC back when he was getting into the UFC. Mm-hmm. Because I really started getting into UFC when he was having his last few fights before he took a break. Yeah. But, like, prime McGregor and press conferences and, like, just iconic, right?
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that if he does come back. I think it's going to be the difference. McGregor's he's crazy, but when you watch him in his matches, he's very calculated, mm-hmm. and he's looking for a shot, right? He's looking to hit that off button. Holloway does the same thing, but he's a great boxer, and he'll just throw.
Yeah. Like,
he just goes to war. Where McGregor's a little bit more, calculated, and he's trying to pick that right time, the right spot, where Max is just throwing. So I think it's going to be, if it does happen, it's going to be a good one. Someone's going to go to sleep.
Yeah.
One way or another. I don't think there's going to be any submissions, no takedowns. It's going to be all stand-up. It should be fantastic.
Well, and the thing that I've seen here, too, I 100% agree with you. Yeah, whether you believe it or not, I think McGregor is very intelligent, smart, tactful, and calculated, like you said, Trent. Because if you look at the match, right, they're fighting at 170, which is heavy for Max. Max historically has not fought at that weight class. Yep. But McGregor has been hovering around that weight supposedly here for the last few years, right? So Max is going to come in a little heavier. If you looked at his last fight was against Charles Oliveira, right?
I think so.
In that fight, he got dominated on the ground. And McGregor is a pretty decent grappler, pretty decent on the ground as well. So the fact that he's coming in heavier, he's coming in healthy, hopefully, and the fact that he just saw Holloway get dominated on the ground in his last fight, I'm almost kind of thinking it's going to be a grapple fest. I think submissions, I agree with you. I don't think it's going to go to the distance. But I think just kind of having those factors in mind, I will be curious how the fight actually plays out if we get to the fight, right?
I really hope we don't see a single takedown.
I don't think it will get to that point, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it did.
Yeah. But then I just saw, to turn gears here a little bit, but stay in the UFC. Did you see the new news about the UFC White House event?
No.
And the new, well, so I guess Dana White was invited there for dinner the other night outside.
Okay.
And he said the bugs were horrendous. Like the gnats were terrible at dinner outside on White House grounds. So he said as soon as he boarded his plane to go back, he made a call to his executive. He was like, dude, we got to figure something out, because imagine all of the lights they're going to have.
Yeah.
And if any of you have ever been to a baseball game at night or any sporting event where there's bright lights, the moss, the gnats, mosquitoes, nuts. You look up at those lights and there's just millions.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to have the lights right over top of the, canvas. So Dana was like, it's going to be, bugs in fighters' eyes. Like, it's just going to be, like, they're going to have to do something. So, like, I don't know if they're going to be putting, like, giant mosquito nets around the whole, like, venue, or if they're going to, I don't know. But that was the latest for the UFC White House card.
Dang. Yeah, that makes sense, in all honesty. I never in a million years would have thought about that, but you're right. You're right. Wow.
So that's the latest for the White House card.
Interesting. Well, I'll be anxious or excited to see how that evolves, because you're right. I mean, this time of year, even today, I was out and about, and the bugs were just horrible.
Yep. Imagine at night with the lights. It's just
and as a fighter, like a moth goes flying into my eye while I'm getting like in the middle of getting roundhouse kicked. I mean, dude, that's just a recipe for disaster.
Exactly.
Man, well, I'll be curious to see how that shakes out. Keep us posted, because that was something I did not hear or see anything about. So that's interesting. Well, good deal. We'll keep moving then. To the gas and brake segment for this week, Trent. I had a great, I think it was a break earlier today while I was driving to an appointment. Totally forgot what it was. I should have wrote it down whenever I finally got stopped, but I cannot for the love of me remember it. So I'm just going to go basic and simple here, Trent. I'm going to gas on the PGA Championship. Thought it was well run. I thought CBS's broadcast was really well done. The players in the mix, there's some new faces, some old faces that I really enjoyed seeing. I personally thought the conditions were great. I mean, PGA Championship, it's a major championship. Make it a little tougher. If there's 10 guys locked in at 3 under going into Sunday, I'm fine with that. They're professionals and, can battle the elements. But I think it makes for a more exciting broadcast, more exciting tournament in general. So I'm going all gas on the PGA Championship this past weekend.
Yeah, Jake, this week I'm pumping the brakes on ground bees.
Ground bees?
Have you ever ran into bees that live in the ground, Jake?
Oh, I did one time, yeah. Stung me up pretty good on my foot when I was walking around bare feet. Yeah, you're right.
Luckily I didn't get stung. But today I was walking through, it's kind of like on the hillside in the shade along a stream. There's a bunch of ground ivy. Mm-hmm. Bees love that. Don't know why. I was walking and I stopped because I was like in a cobweb. And when I tell you, I felt the ground buzzing. I was in waders and I felt the ground buzzing. Jeez. I was standing on top of a hive of some sort. So I took off out of there. And 100%. Once I got like a couple hundred feet down, I looked back and there was a swarm. I don't know what kind of bees they were, Jake. I don't know if it was yellow jackets. I don't know what it was. But luckily, I was far enough away that they didn't know that I'm the one who walked on top of their home.
That's good. That could have been real bad.
Yes, I'm pumping the brakes on ground bees because you can really have a rude awakening when you aren't. It's not like you're kicking a beehive on purpose.
Right.
You're just going for a stroll, and next thing you know, you're getting hit pretty good.
Dang. That's a good one. Not one I would have thought of, but that experience is pretty nasty, pretty rough. So I don't blame you one bit. Great pick.
But yeah, with that, I guess we can go into the blind. I guess it's the blind ranking results from last week. So we didn't do our typical blind draft. We did a blind ranking, and this was the pizza topping one, which I know some people get confused because we haven't done a ranking in a while. But essentially, that's where we give the other person, in this case, a pizza topping one by one, and they don't know what comes next, and they have to blind rank it 1 through 5. But with that, Jake won that 57% to 43%. So total, I have 24 wins, Jake has 20, we have 4 ties, and the special guests have 2. But for this week, we're going to go back to the good old trusty blind draft.
That's right.
And we were trying to come up with an idea, and all I could think about was football. I think I'm going through like football withdrawal, Jake. So this week, we are going to do the best current NFL quarterbacks.
I love it.
I forget who flips. I think you flipped this week, maybe?
I believe so. And before we get into that, though, I do got to share about the confusion with the blind ranking. We got a DM this week here, Trent, after the blind ranking was posted, the poll was posted. Huge fan of the show. Actually was a guest at one point on the show, and happy to have him back on sometime here in the near future. Goes, there needs to be a neither button because these are both terrible lists. I said, it's a blind ranking, so we gave each other our list, but haha. And they goes, dang, that's what I get for not listening. I was like, that's tough. So 100% agree. Like, these blind rankings are tough. Sometimes you just don't see it coming. So, yeah, we'll keep you posted here. But like Trent said, blind draft this week, like regularly scheduled. But the most important question of the night, Trent, heads or tails?
Tails.
Flip a coin.
Tails.
Ooh, you got it.
All right. Let me write down our names here. All right, I'm going to go first, Jake.
Okay.
And I'm going to think about last year.
Okay.
I'm going to take someone that I guess is not too surprising, but it's a name that I think is going to become pretty big in the next few years. I'm going Drake May number 1.
I love it. That's actually a great pick, in my opinion. Played in the Super Bowl in his second year in the NFL. Can't hardly beat it.
And he just, as he gets more experience, he's going to just take off, I think.
Yeah. That's a good one. And I think that system is going to suit him well, too. Like,
Yeah.
All right. I would say, for my pick here, Trent, for number 1, I think I got to go with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, playoffs people can question or whatever, but I think he still performs in the playoffs. It's just sometimes the team around him doesn't. Dual threat, running, strong arm. I'm going to go Josh Allen at number 1.
I think I got to go with Patrick Mahomes number 2, Jake.
Yeah.
I'm not a Patrick Mahomes fan. I am I wouldn't say hater, but I'd say more so a hater than a fan. But the guy just knows how to win. You look in the middle of a scramble and you're like, I would put my mortgage that he's going to get sacked here. Mm-hmm. And he's not the most mobile dude. And he's going to find some way to do some Superman dive behind the back 30-yard touchdown throw to Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, Patrick Mahomes number 2.
It's a great pick. Great pick. Was probably going to be my number 2. Like you said, not a huge fan of him, but the guy's a winner. I mean, you can't take that away from him. My number 2 pick, a guy that is uber talented, especially when his offensive line can keep him healthy and he just, in general, stays healthy. I think truly a guy that makes the team around him better just with him playing is Joe Burrow.
Yep. The key of keeping him healthy.
Yeah.
Jake, I think I got to go old trusty. isn't. I mean, he can throw the long ball, but a lot of times it's going to be very short, calculated, completion after completion after completion. I'm going Matthew Stafford.
That's such a good pick, too. Been so good for so long.
He's just a very solid pick. He's not risky. He's gonna get you your completions. Typically pretty safe with the ball, but he's been around the block a time or two.
That's a good one. I think I got to go with, for my third pick, former MVP. When he first came in the league, crazy in the open field. Borderline comparisons to Michael Vick. I think he's gotten progressively better. People questioning his arm talent. I think he's gotten progressively better. And, I mean, heck, the guy's an MVP winner. I got to go with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. It's a good pick. See, now this is when it's going to get tough, Jake.
Oh, yeah. Get down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah. I don't know what I want to do here, Jake. I have one pick, but it's just gonna get hated on. I think I'm gonna save it for now.
Oh, I know which one you're gonna pick.
I don't know if you do. You may pick them. I don't know. I got a few on my list here, Jake.
Let me guess, are you thinking NFC or AFC?
Jake, I don't know if I want to tell you. Because I think I might want to keep it for 5. I'm not going to take him 4. I might save him for 5 if you don't.
Okay.
I think I'm going to have to go Brock Purdy.
Okay. All right.
It's a tough one for 4 for me. 4 and 5 are going to be.
Yeah.
But another one that I think he has a lot more growing to do. Relatively young quarterback. Hasn't had the best receivers. Is having some turnover. Having players stay healthy is another big thing. But I think he could explode if he has the right team built around him.
Yeah, 100%. Always has a great defense around him, too, and some good weapons, I would say, on offense. But the big question mark has always been, hey, can you protect him? And then, he just doesn't have that huge downfield deep threat, right? Yeah. He's had, like, Deebo Samuel, in a good running game, usually it seemed like. But that's a good pick. For my number 4 pick, I got to go with my guy, the leader of the Dallas Cowboys. Multiple conversations of being an MVP candidate in the last several seasons. Last year probably would have been a potential MVP candidate, or even the year before, if he had a defense that could, keep anything in front of themselves. I got to go Dak Prescott at number 4, baby.
I was almost, but I couldn't bring myself to do it, Jake. Number 5. I don't know if I want to do this. You know what? Screw it. I'm sending it. Baker Mayfield, give him to me.
Yeah, I love it.
And for those of you if you're listening, please listen to this part before you vote. Baker Mayfield is a dog.
100%.
The guy doesn't quit. That's why he's on my list. Is he the flashiest? Is he the safest with the ball? Does he have the best downfield accuracy? Does he have the best vision? No. But those games that are like 14-13 and it's just a grind. Do you know how many games last year that he drove down the field and won in the fourth quarter, especially the first half of the season? He is just a dog. He will go to war week in, week out, and just the fire in his eyes, he has to be on my list.
I love it. That is such a good pick. Such a slept-on pick, too, I feel like. I feel like a lot of people, when they're making a list like this, maybe wouldn't throw him in the top 10. Yeah. But I think he's in the mix, no doubt. Not who I thought you were going to pick.
Well, I should just say, based on skill itself, no. But he's in my top. I think if you go mentality-wise,
100%.
he has to be in there.
Guy's a winner.
Yep.
Ever since college, the guy's been a winner. For my fifth and final pick, I'm going to go with Mr. Justin Herbert.
Okay.
Uber talented, physical traits. He's been a solid quarterback year in and year out. I think, with another year under his belt with Harbaugh at the helm, just building out that offense a little bit more and getting some more weapons around him, I think he'll be in the top 10 for sure. And he's arguably in there now already.
Yeah, so overall I had Drake May at 1, Patrick Mahomes at 2, Matthew Stafford at 3, Brock Purdy at 4, and Baker Mayfield at 5.
Good list. Yeah, for you, Trent, I literally thought where you're getting at for 4 and 5, I thought you were going to say Aaron Rodgers.
Did it? Was it wrote on my list? No. Was it in the back of my mind? Yes. But 5 years ago, he would have been on the list.
Oh, yeah.
After the last couple, I can't.
Yeah. Well, he's retiring after this year. He's confirmed after his 1 year deal with the Steelers is up. He's done.
Well, never know. He might go in his dark room for 3 weeks and then come out feeling rejuvenated like a 22-year-old man and then sign a 5-year deal with I don't know what.
That's right. For my list, I had Josh Allen at 1, Joe Burrow at 2, 3, Lamar Jackson, 4, Dak Prescott, and then rounding out my top 5, number 5, Justin Herbert. Some other names I think could have been thrown in the list, especially after last year. Caleb Williams, I think, proved himself to be a strong quarterback last year. Jaden Daniels, potentially. He was hurt some last year, but year before he looked great. A name that I was never in a million years going to pick, but could have been picked, was Jalen Hurts. I never was going to pick him, Trent. Never. He could be the next coming of Joe Montana. But since he plays for the Philadelphia Eagles, I was never going to pick that guy.
The thing is, that frustrates me with, I don't know if I want to say this publicly, but I think I'm going to because I don't care. When I watch his press conferences, he talks and acts like he is the best quarterback to, not in a cocky way, but just in the most nonchalant way. Like, I kind of dig it, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, you're not that guy. You're not that good. I mean, he's good, but at the same time, you watch him play, and it's like, did you have your eyes open? He wasn't even on my list. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, he was never going to make my list. I mean, he could be the nicest guy in the world, but since he's wearing that Philly uniform, after my Philly rant last week or the week before, there was never in a million years where I was going to pick the guy.
The one thing, though, he does have the dog mentality. I'll put it up.
Yeah.
He does have that.
Yeah.
One other guy that was on my list, Bo Nix.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yes. Yeah. I think looking back, if he didn't get hurt, I think the Broncos are in the Super Bowl, and I'm not even joking.
Yeah. He came alive at the right point in the season.
Yeah.
I think he has a few more years to further develop, but I think with the right offensive line and the weapons around him, he's going to be a Super Bowl champ before too long.
100% agree. Great commentary there. Great point. But that rounds out the list. Be sure to vote on the blind draft poll on Tuesday morning when that comes out on our Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, let us know in the comments, who you think won this week. Send us an email, send us a DM. Tell us what you think, because we want to make sure everyone's voices are heard in the vote. Otherwise, a good, long, hearty episode here, Trent. Was not expecting it to be this long, but hey, when the thing gets rolling, you just can't stop it. So, but overall, hope you all have a great Memorial Day. If you're listening to this after Memorial Day, hope you had a great Memorial Day, spending it with family, loved ones, remembering the reason for the holiday. Another week in, week out. Anything else to add to the show tonight here, Trent?
I don't think so, man. I'm ready for bed.
I am too. Hopefully this eye quits twitching, but in the meantime, hang tight, If you don't like, comment, subscribe to this episode, please do it. We appreciate the support. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Follow us on our social media as well to stay in the loop with what's going on with the Jake break. But in the meantime, we will see you next week. We love you. We appreciate you. Till next time.